Sagittarius, to your Astro Dice reading for August. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Got a great auspicious month going on right now with that Lion's Gate coming up on 8/8. We're already in the pretty much the vortex of it moving. It won't be fully open, of course, till the 8th. Then we have that blue moon, which is the 19th, another huge portal going on. And then, of course, our favorite Mercury retrograde towards the end of the month, going straight into Virgo season. Okay, guys, if you are interested in guided meditation or meditation music, check out my second channel underneath this video in the description area. And if you want personal readings, all that information is there as well. Okay, let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Best messages coming out. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. Going straight to the 7th house, some Gemini energy with some Mercury. Okay, so got that Mercury coming out on how you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Nice. Talk about that Mercury retrograde coming up as well. And then, of course, you have the Gemini as well. So you have a lot of Mercury going on over here in the 7th house in this reading. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. And talking about the 7th house, which is this area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romance, business, and or family. Kind of hitting them all right there. So that gives us a lot, right? A leeway of what we're talking about. It could be a business. It could be the business partners, you know, that work, that business, that family, romance, friends. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. This message coming out is the sacral chakra. Talking about those desires, wanting those desires, talking about those desires, scripting those desires, getting those desires out there, thinking about what it is that I desire. What is it that I desire? Just breathe. Four of Cups, trying to find what it is I truly desire, where I want to move right now, and having a lot of healing going through this situation. Healing whatever it was. So it does feel like there's going to be a lot of healing going on right now, and that's good though too, because you know that Lion's Gate brings in a lot of growth, a lot of healing, manifestations, getting those intentions out. It's all about that spiritual growth and abundance of prosperity. So it's about these opportunities and advancements that are on the horizon for you as you are contemplating about this situation. So let's see what's going on. What about those desires? Just breathe. Breathing is the best thing. Don't forget to breathe. Looking out at what it is I'm really planning, the decisions I really need to have. Some of you have travel plans and you're getting ready to travel. Some of you also have a reconciliation that's coming through, and maybe you're just not sure how this teamwork is going to, you know, if it's, I don't know, I feel like it's a teamwork thing. Are you reconciling with someone at work, right, for some kind of collaborative project for some of you? Because I'm really seeing that where it's like we kind of butted heads, but now we're getting back to where we need to be. I just need to breathe and rethink the process. We need to heal through that, plant those seeds. For others of you, take it how it resonates. But it's also about attaining those goals, planting the seeds for the goals, sustaining results for what it is I truly desire. Some of you may even be a home conflict that you're trying to resolve at this time, really healing some kind of marriage or keeping the harmony going on within family members. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's a reconciliation that you're trying to, maybe you're putting your foot in for your siblings, right? Maybe it's some kind of sibling rivalry going on. Your brother and sister are fighting and you need to try to be the mediator over here, right? It could even be your kids, right? It's like, you kids stop fighting. I'm trying to you know, bring in the harmony. So bringing in some kind of domestic harmony and happiness, or it could, for a lot of you, it's definitely either what I said the first time between you and a coworker, or a marriage, or something domestic, or within the family unit is what it feels like more than anything. Refusing to see the situation. Wow. They're trying to nurture the situation because there's a toxicity going on. So could be dealing with a Capricorn who just doesn't want to settle down. Could also be a Libra who doesn't want to settle down, or a Taurus who doesn't want to settle down. Really see that. Refusing to see, so they're causing some kind of resistance and delays of wanting to make this reconciliation, wanting to make this work. So it feels like you put in a lot of action and a lot of hard work trying to make this work, and it feels like somebody is trying to work against the grain when it comes to the 7th house. They just do not want to be civilized. I don't know why I want to say that. I think with the devil over here, it just feels like they don't want to be civilized. They don't want to, they're resisting this coming together. So there is some, like, you're reaching out to fix the situation, but there's a little bit of worry that they're not going to want to fix this situation and have this coming back together. They don't want this to prosper. They don't want this to heal. They're working against the grain. It does feel like you are staying very hopeful within the situation that this will come back around, but it's just not feeling that way. But you are getting the bigger picture as you're trying to overcome this challenge. But they're acting so immature that it almost feels like you're the only mature one in this situation. I do feel there's 3 people in this situation for some reason. I do feel it's like you and 2 other people. Not for everybody, but I'm going to say that there's, like, you're trying to be the referee or something. If you know that's not, you know, there's just you and someone else, then that's fine. But whoever I'm picking up for, it really does feel like there's 3 people, you and 2 others. There's a very, someone's very egomatic, and they just don't want to see, they refuse to see that they're causing any problems within the situation. That's why they're not going to completely reconcile with this situation, because they believe they're right. They definitely need some time alone. I feel like you're going to kind of pull yourself away from this situation when it comes around the 15th through the 17th. And you're going to pull yourself out of this situation because it's just too much. It's too much. Yeah, you want the Empress to be right side up. That's what you're still gaining. You're still gaining. You were still trying to accomplish this. You're still trying to take action to help this situation, but you don't see it nurturing itself. You don't see it coming back around because they don't believe they did anything wrong, guys. Okay, so you could feel like the person who started all of this may be playing victim, or they just literally don't want to take the blame for this at all. Or it might even be 2 in 1. Darkest fears. 9 of Swords. Moving on. Spread your wings to fly. Yeah, they're not going to come back together within this situation. You're moving right into Mercury retrograde, so it's saying the Chariot is just going, and there is not any, where you wanted where you started with the 2 of Wands, and, you know, going after those goals, going after that progress, going after making those decisions, healing from the situation, trying to make this all go. It's like you're giving up on the situation because you don't see the personal goals that you were looking for are happening. Okay, so there's just no alignment for this situation. So it's like you're pulling back. You already pulled back anyways, but now you're saying, okay, fine. So you're just kind of playing it safe now, and you're not planning for this anymore. You're just kind of moving on and letting it go the way you want it to go, because it's already been to the point to where it's like, well, you're going to do what you want to do, right? This is the 9 of Swords, right? You already see the worry. It's like, it's hopeless. Where you were keeping the hope, you just feel like now it's hopeless. because it's like they're not doing what you want them to do or what you were trying to make them understand. And it's not so much that you were trying to make them do something. It's just you're making them try to understand something, and they're not getting it. They refuse to see that they're the toxicity within the situation. They refuse to see that they're causing all this turmoil between everybody or just between you and them. However, so it does feel like you're on your merry way. The stimulating exchange is pretty much over. They're just too mischievous. They're just, in that Gemini mode, they're causing too much ruckus. They're causing too many debates, clashing of egos, too many disagreements, too much strife. They don't want to see it any way but their own way. So you're holding back. There it is. Conserving your energy, moving on, taking back your control. Yep, there it is again. Hey, if they want to come back and reconcile, there's the desire to reconcile again. If they do have the chance to want to reconcile, it's almost like, okay, fine. But right now you're saying, I'm going to cut this loss. I'm not going to fix this. And I'm stepping away from this situation. Okay? But there's going to be this. And it does feel like if you're the mother in this situation, these are your kids. It's almost like, okay, but you guys are going to sit in your own corners. Right? Because no matter what, you're in control. So if this is, with you and your children, you're not going to just let them fight, right? You're going to separate the situation. Okay, but I mean, you can't make, your two sons, truly like each other. Okay, but you're just making improvements as much as you can if it comes to children. You can totally see that. If it's adults, it's like, I'm just conserving my energy and I'm walking this way, just trying to keep that control as much as possible, but keeping them at kind of like separate corners. And if it's you and someone else, you're completely cutting your losses, removing yourself from the situation until they have the determination to want to come back to reconcile the situation. No matter what, there's this wanting them to reconcile with you no matter what, or with each other. But right now there's a lot of failure to want to do so. It's like this failure to communicate the way you want them to communicate with each other or with you. Or maybe it's all of you. Maybe it's you and them. Maybe they're, maybe you don't. It's everything. It's not. Somebody's very hot-headed right now. They're very hot-headed. They want it their way. They're not seeing their perception's all messy. It's all messed up. They don't want to see that they're the ones that is causing this conflict. And it looks like they're not going to get it at the end of the month either. They're going to hold tight to trying to push that on someone else. They're not going to give up the ghost on that. So it could even be that type of energy too, where it's just like, ignore them. Ignore them. I'm going to ignore them. You ignore them. Just leave it alone. They don't get it anyways. So it could be that as well. Let's see, another card here. Yeah, for some of you, it's definitely just moving on from the situation, cutting the losses from the situation. There could be even some corruption here. Okay, but it just feels like no matter what, you know that they're in this reckless behavior and very disorganized and not seeing things the way they should be seeing it. Okay, but they're holding on to their own stubbornness. Okay, and doing pretty much what they want to do. Okay. Like they're not thinking about anybody else but themselves, and they don't want to think that they're the ones that's doing anything wrong. That's literally what it is. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.